1.64. Now it's down to 1.5, but they call that a reduction. Something has got to be cut, though, from the 1.64. What are they going to cut there? Matt Stewart's live. Matt, how is this going to impact? By the way, he's at the vacated Terminal A there where there's been no business for a couple of years. Why should we care about this? Please tell us.
Well, here's the deal. First of all, this is where they're going to build the brand new airport. But you're exactly right. It's been vacated for several years. Terminals B and C is where you go to fly out of Kansas City. How it's going to affect you, they're saying it's not. You would think, well, $140 million, that's a lot of money to cut. What are they going to do? How are they going to cut corners to make ends meet? The way they explained it yesterday to the city council is that this whole design process is very fluid anyways. There's no really set costs. They're kind of designing it, figuring out what they want. Material costs rise and fall. Interest rates rise and fall. So it's just a guesstimate right now. So they're saying they can cut $140 million from this project and not really compromise the quality of the airport they plan to build here. They were mentioning the lighting, the flooring, places, that's where they would cut it. For instance, we learned that one of the ideas is to have 39 artistic medallions installed in the flooring here at KCI for the 39 gates. That might be something that ends up being cut just to save money. Hard to say right now because everything, as I mentioned, is so fluid. They're still negotiating everything. And over the next 2 weeks, they're going to kind of solidify the design plan and go forward from there.
1% of every project in Kansas City has to be art related. That's part of the city law. So they're possibly saying that those medallions would fit into that. That might be protected. But it is kind of scary to think about that there's 140 million, is that right? $140 million worth of fat.
$140 million. It's hard to call it fat. I think it's one of those things where the airlines, they were so concerned about the rising cost of the airport. And so they said, hey, we need to have a set number. 1.64 is too much. 1.5 we can live with. You call it fat if it's like extraneous stuff that you don't necessarily need. I don't know if they're going to be cutting anything that they, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but it's one of those things where in that whole design process that they can get maybe cheaper materials, or maybe the flooring is not the expensive wood, it's the linoleum, you know what I mean? That kind of thing that ends up helping you kind of save here and there.
Well, as long as we have Kathy Quinn's voice recorded there when this is all done.
Yes. Hopefully that won't go away.